All right, welcome to the show. I'm coming to you from kind of an unusual place. We are at the Champlain Valley Exposition in Essex Junction, Vermont. Behind me are the Green Mountain Derby Dames. It is Vermont's own version of roller derby. It's back, it's happening. So I've got all the protection they say that I'm going to need, including wrist guards and elbow pads and my cup. They're starting up the music, so I'm going to ask these ladies if they want to dance. They're so gonna kick my butt. Let's go.
Can you tuck this in? Tuck that in.
The point of roller derby is to score as much points as possible. The way to score points is one person on each team is a jammer, and they go around the track passing all the opposing players. For every opposing player that they pass, they score a single point for a maximum of 5 points if they pass the other jammer as well.
Yeah!
The team with the most points wins.
All right, go black team, let's go! All right, brace yourselves. It's time for Late Night Saturday.
Tonight, Green Mountain Derby Days. The music of BT Union. And now, from Alumni Auditorium at Champlain College, here's Tim.
I think I gave you the wrong cue. I thought we'd already done the intro.
guys.
Let's just wait a second. That's fine.
They're up on their feet here at Alumni Auditorium. Good evening, welcome to the
I'm
show.
trying to decipher.
All right, thank
I feel
you
like-
very much. Sorry you had to watch me try and attempt to rollerblade there. Was that all right with you guys out there, huh? Kind of scary out there sometimes. All right, I am here on the stage right now because it's all about sports. We're going to get to the roller derby dames in a little bit, but I wanted to introduce a really special group for you. I'm here with the head coach of the Girls Division I Burlington High School State Soccer Champions! Thank you.
Okay.
I've got the head coach right here, Jeff Hayes. This is only his second year of being the head coach. Kind of unusual to have a male head coach. Is that correct?
Actually, not really, Tim. I mean, there's 9 out of 10 coaches in Division I right now that are all male coaches coaching female teams.
I think that's great. Did you start the trend?
I started the trend.
Nice, good
Yeah,
for
back
you.
in 1983 at Rice High School. I started the trend.
Good for you. So this was only your second year coaching the girls team. You went to states both years.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, and you kind of had a nice revenge at the state game this year. Is that correct?
We certainly did. I mean, Essex gave us a great battle. They're a great team, well coached. It was a well played game. It could have went either way at the end, and went down to penalty kicks. And
6 minutes?
thank God we've got a superior goalie here that.
Who is this girl beside me,
This
anyways?
here is Stephanie Jakes. Stephanie is our goalie.
Stephanie, huh, everybody? Only 5 goals against on this one?
5 goals.
5 goals against her in a season that was, what, 15 and 2?
They missed this.
Is that correct? How about that, folks? Isn't that great? All right, introduce the rest of the team for us.
And next to Stephanie is Sophie Revel. She is our midfielder. Sophie is kind of our playmaker and makes a lot of things happen on the field.
Nice.
Sophie. And next to Sophie is Lauren Farmer. Lauren is one of our starting fullbacks. And next to Lauren is Monica Rogers. Monica is one of our other backfield players.
And they are proudly holding the cups. And is this the team ball right here?
This is the game ball.
The game ball, nice.
From the championship game.
Good. How about a round of applause for our state champion team right here, huh? I think that's great. Now, Stephanie, you play a lot of sports. I've known the Jake family. They're North Avenue type, just like me. And I've known you for quite a while. You've got something interesting that's coming up because you're going to be trying out for a different sport. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to be the kicker on the football team next year.
The kicker on the foot. Is that a definite?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, yeah.
You're pretty sure? So you're going to try out for that?
Yeah, I think I'm already on the team.
You think you're already on the team?
Yeah.
I think that's awesome then. I think that's great. Don't you folks think that's wonderful? Good for you. So what about some of the rituals? You said that you have some rituals. What are those?
Before each match, what the girls do, they all sit in a circle and they kind of lay down, they lock arms, and we kind of talk about the game plan on how we're going to attack Essex or CVU and the other schools. And
you had to throw that in there. You had to throw a couple names in there.
Yeah, I had to throw a few schools in there. So basically, we sit there and we go around and we talk about the game. It's silent. I'll talk, and then the girls will discuss the game between themselves. And then at the end, I'll walk around and they'll say, all right, girls, this is it. We got a target on our back. We're Big Bad Burlington. Everybody wants us. And so then they come together and then we start the game.
All right, and you had to shave your head.
And I had to shave my head this year. That was a little deal we had. Next year, I don't know what I'm going to do because I suffered a lot, as you know, Tim.
I know. I suffer every day, Jeff.
Yes,
It's all
you
about
do.
the suffering. All right, well, thank you so much for being here. Congratulations to the team once again. Let's hear it for them. Burlington High School's Division I soccer championship team right here. You guys stay right here. Now, I understand that we've got someone over with Miss Jen right now. They're over on the prize wheel. Who have we got over there? Callie. We've got Callie. Callie, where are you from? From where? Kelly from Heinsberg's over there. That's okay. We won't put the mic over there because Kelly from Heinsberg, you've got a chance to win a fabulous prize with the lovely Miss Jen, who's going to give that prize wheel a spin right now. Here it goes. All kinds of sponsors up on the prize wheel right now, and wherever it stops and whatever it lands on, Kelly, that's what you're going to win from one of our sponsors here at Late Night Saturday. Let's find out exactly what it is as it slows down, and it looks like, oh, Kelly, I hope that you like going to the movies. You have just won a 4-pack of tickets to the Roxy Cinema right here in downtown Burlington. You can go to any one of their shows and you can catch out their listings. That's at the Roxy Cinema right here downtown Burlington. Plus, Kelly, we're throwing in this. It's a jar of Jed's Maple Mud. It's delicious and it's perfect at any cinema in Vermont. So, folks, remember to tune into Champ 101.3 for details about the show. We got more Late Night Saturday coming up right after this. Oh!
Good evening and welcome to Late News Saturday. In tonight's news, first daughters Malia and Sasha Obama appear to be doing very well since transferring to their new schools earlier this month, despite some bullying on the first day. It is reported that schoolmates initially teased the girls, saying, "You think you're so great just because you're the president's daughter," to which eldest daughter Malia replied, "Hell yeah, wouldn't you?" So a big welcome, welcome, welcome to the Green Mountain Derby Dames, our special guests on tonight's show. Late Night Saturday host Tim Kavanagh has been a fan of the GMDDs for some time. We think it's partly because they've got double D's in their name. But Tim has been pretty crushed since being cut from the team during a recent round of open tryouts. The women reportedly told Tim, "You're a lot of fun to push around and it's pretty funny watching you fall. But Tim, you're no dame." According to the CIA World Factbook, it is estimated that 1% of the world's population is illiterate, which translates to approximately 67 million people. And in a recent study, it was also found that 40% of people admit that they really enjoy reading on the John. Put these two together, and we've perhaps found the cure for illiteracy. Imagine what those school desks would look like. Of course, there'd be in high demand for these school desks across the world. So we'd need an expert seat seller to handle the job. Let's see, who do we know who's good at pimping seats? That's it for the news. Now to Chad for the weather. Chad?
Thanks, Wendy. Hi, I'm Chad, the weather guy, and I'm addicted to codeine. Well, you know, folks, with Christmas bells still clanging in our heads, eggnog dribbling down our chin, and mistletoe giving us flashbacks about that awkward moment with your buddy's girlfriend, it's becoming a growing concern among toddlers everywhere, the reality of falling victim to a phony Santa Claus. Yes, that's right. I know what you're thinking. Hey, weather guy, how can I tell if the real Santa visited me this Christmas? Well, little Tommy, there are a few surefire ways of identifying a Kris Kringle counterfeit. Number 1, does your Christmas tree smell like booze? Yeah. While your parents may have had a holiday rager, the real Santa would never knock back a nog while on his rounds, leaving a fouled-up living room. He's far classier than that, only grabbing what he can from the liquor cabinet, maybe a 40 from the fridge. Number 2, consider what you actually got for Christmas. Did you ever get that bike you always wanted? Maybe that cool doll that cries and wets itself. How about that bazooka you've been bugging Santa about? Or were you left with a present that was just a little substandard? Yeah, that's right. Finally, what's the third way you can tell if you were visited by the real Santa? Easy. Unless you got your presents before my neighbor's kid did, it's not very likely it was the real Santa that showed up this year at your house. That's a trophy buck, kid. Well, that's all the news that's not news. I'm Chad the Weather Guy, wishing you a sober new year back in the wagon. You'll have plenty of room without me on it. I'm off to hit the eggnog. Tim?
All right. Thank you very much, Chad and Wendy. Thanks for always keeping us up to date with what's going on and things that we probably shouldn't know about, especially for our next guest. Before we get to that, though, tonight's picture of the week comes to us from north of the border in Montreal. Take a look at this picture. Benjamin Noble Chase was born in late 2008 and came into the world a fan of Late Night Saturday like his proud father, Evan Whistle, who is the marketing director for Pet Food Warehouse. If you have a picture that has the LNS logo on it and you would like to see it on the show, go ahead and share it with us and we'll put it on the show. All right, I am now joined by 2 fans of one of our next sponsors. Sesame Street Live will be taking to the Flynn stage in January. Look at her, she's so excited about it. I have Kat and Mari. Mari, say hello.
Hi.
Yes, isn't she lovely? They're from the Old North End here in Burlington. And Mari here is going to have her chance to go ahead and win a family pack of tickets to Sesame Street Live. And Mari, can you do a simple something for me?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, what I want you to do is take a look right into the camera. We're going to put a picture up there. It's of a Sesame Street character. If you tell me who you think this character is, I'm going to give you 4 tickets to Sesame Street Live. How's that sound?
Great.
All right, let's take a look at that picture and find out exactly. All right, can you make out who that is? It's not a full picture.
Cookie Monster.
Oh, you think it's Cookie Monster? She is absolutely right. Mari, congratulations. High five right there. You have just won yourself a 4-pack of tickets to go see Sesame Street Live at the Flynn Theater. Let's give them a nice big round of applause. Thank you so much. All right. The Green Mountain Derby Dames were founded in 2007 when the first intrepid roller girls started practicing anywhere they could find space. The league now boasts more than 40 active skaters and will host their premier bout this February. Representing the Green Mountain Derby Dames, please welcome to the stage, Bruise Control.
Hello. I'll give you this.
Hey. Oh, I get this?
Sure do.
I get presents. How are you? Good to see you. Thank you for the gift. I
You are
appreciate that very much. Should I open it now?
If you'd like.
Really?
There's
Should I
stuff in
open it
there.
up, folks? All right, I'm going to take a look here. Oh, I love it. It's my own team picture. Look at that, huh? Perfect. And have the talk derby to me. Oh, that's a great line.
Pretty catchy.
Talk derby to me. Thank you. There's some other wonderful things in there. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
How are
Thanks
you?
for having me. I'm very well, thank you. How
Yeah,
are you?
good. I had so much fun with you guys when we came out and did the rollerblading gig.
Yep. We had a great time too.
Did you?
Good to see you out there on skates.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. I don't know about that, but it certainly was fun and exciting, and it gave me a really good sense for what you guys do every single time you practice, because they're practicing on concrete out there. And who was the one who had just broken her jaw?
That was Puma.
She had just broken her jaw,
Yes.
and the time that I was out there with Barb, who was filming it with us, it was her first practice back. She had a jaw that was all wired shut and everything, and her doctor said, well, probably in about another month you can think about eating solids and going back to practice, and there she was that night.
She just couldn't help it. It's hard to stay off skates once you get on them.
So tell us about this, because this is something that I remember growing up as a kid, seeing the old roller derby days,
Yep.
and the ladies whizzing around the track and everything. And is it the same type setup? It seemed to be for the most part when I was out there.
It is very similar, and it's still the same speed. It's a good, fast sport. The biggest difference is that old school roller derby was on a banked track, a big wooden track. And now we play flat track derby. So pretty much any floor we can find, which oftentimes is concrete, so that's what we skate on. But the game itself is basically the same. We still have 2 teams, 5 players on each team. We're out on the track at each time. Each team has a jammer. Each team has the blockers out there. And it's basically a series of small races that are at most 2 minutes long. And the point is to score points for your team, and whoever has the most points at the end wins.
And you guys proved that. So it's all flat track then. There's no
It is.
curved tracks or anything like that
Right.
anymore. So wherever you're playing it for competition, it'll be that same style surface.
It will be,
then.
yep.
So tell the folks some of the places where, because you've got your first bout coming up in February, so you're right around the corner from it. Where are some of these bouts going to take place?
They're all going to take place at the Champlain Valley Expo in Essex Junction.
Nice.
Yeah. We're really, really pleased to have a great venue like that where we can practice and have our bouts. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I think it's going to be great fun. And of course, folks can come there and cheer you guys on. For it.
love
What
that.
is the best place for folks to get information on the Derby Dames as far as getting tickets and schedule and things like that? What's the website?
Our website is www.gmderbydames.com.
gmderbydames.com.
Yep.
And that has all the schedule and everything that's up there.
That's right.
So you talked a little bit about how it's played, and I got a chance to kind of play it as well too, because the jammers are the ones that are on the sides. Who are the 2 in the back?
The 2 in the back are the jammers.
Oh,
they're
they're the
the
jammers.
ones that score points.
I didn't pay attention in school either. Why should I with a bunch of girls? Well, I should pay attention, actually. So they're the jammers,
Yep.
and they're the ones who have to actually race past around the entire group of Derby Queens.
Mm-hmm.
Did they call you Derby Queens?
Blockers. Everybody else out there are the blockers.
Yeah, but wasn't it known as Derby Queens at one point?
There may have been some Derby queens. We're just the Derby Dames, so.
You're
But we
the-
have one queen on our team.
You have one queen. Which one's the queen?
Her name's Queen Defeatia.
Ah,
Yeah.
Queen Defeatia. Fun names, too. Tell us about the origin of your name.
Well, I had a really hard time coming up with a name, but part of playing roller derby is you kind of have a different persona, and so you come up with a really fun name that's often a play on words or somehow themed around your real name. But my name, I went through a whole bunch, and they were already taken by other roller girls out there. There's an international list of roller derby names, and your name can't be anything like any of the other ones that are out there. And with 300 plus teams around the world, it's kind of hard to come up with a unique name now.
Right.
So the first about 5 that I chose had already been taken. So, but
So what do? You like put it into a search, and if it pops up that it's...
exactly, yeah. And if it's the exact same, you definitely can't have it. If it just kind of sounds similar, there's a chance you might be able to keep that name. You basically have to ask the person that already has the name if they would mind if you have something similar.
You guys should have to fight for it.
You might.
I mean, that's the nature of what you guys are doing out there. Getting a lot of aggression out there on the track each and every night too, right?
It's a hard work, and yeah, it's a little bit aggressive. I mean, it's a full contact sport, so you've got to hold your own on the track for
Oh,
sure.
I bet you do. I bet you do. We want to introduce some of the other ladies
That'd be great.
that we have here tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and give you a list. That's right, we have the Derby Dames, the Green Mountain Derby Dames fashion show. We're going to go ahead and get things started off. I'll let you go ahead and introduce our first Derby Dame.
Great. First up, typically an outside or back blocker, this Derby Dame boasts a background in both ice hockey and rugby. You won't sue me for getting her hard hits. This is Annie Cockledoo.
Annie, all right. All right, next up, born and raised in Pennsylvania, this blonde doesn't play dumb. She moved up to Vermont to conquer the mountains and stayed to skate her way to the head of the Derby pack, playing pivot and blocking the enemies out. Here's Blitzkrieg Blondie.
And next we have Chef Vicious, who is conscripted to coach the Green Mountain Derby Dames from the kitchen at the New England Culinary Institute. He's a BA candidate in culinary arts, born and raised in the Midwest, telling attractive athletic dames in short skirts and fishnets what hasn't gone to his head.
All right, this one wears the stripes in the group. Born to a biker and a hooker, Roxy learned to brawl with punk rockers on the streets of LA with a beer in one hand and a guitar in the other. She toured the world looking for trouble. She's tough as nails and won't take crap from anyone, especially from roller girls. When they get it wrong, she sends them to the sin box. Here's the Green Mountain Derby Dames referee, Death by Roxy.
And we have another dame, born and raised in Vermont's Northeast Kingdom, maverick skater Modesty Blaze, often guards the inside line.
All right, coming out next, originally dug up in Transylvania, Nikita Frankenstein. This stitched-up love child of Elvira and Niggy Six splits her time between conducting peculiar experiments in her laboratory, tending to her spawn and scheming up ghastly ways to skate you into an early grave. There she is.
Raised in the hills of Jerusalem, Vermont, Queen fled to the outer reaches of the country, Seattle to New Orleans. On a whim, she moved back to Vermont with her husband and kids to find her soul in the Green Mountain Derby Dames. Queen defeat ya.
Queen defeats you. All right, coming up next, Star Slayer. When she's not busting through the pack of one of the Green Mountain Derby Dames jammers, Slayer is an electrical engineer, originally from Burlington and now living in Colchester. There she is, Star Slayer, everybody.
With a soft spot for tasty treats, this dame sweet talks her opponent into submission. She likes to keep her blockers close, but her enemies closer. Nothing really satisfies like the Muffinator.
All right, coming up next, this lifelong skater hailing from Colchester in the days of Skateland is now doing it Derby style as a jammer and pivot. Beware of this quiet one because the silencer is quick and her bite is much worse than her bark. The silencer, everybody.
Do the next one.
All right, coming out next, Puma Vicious. When she's not breaking bones and causing whiplash, she's out stealing hearts and taking names and numbers. Here's Puma Vicious.
And raised in the wildest, most ornery part of Vermont, the Northeast Kingdom, she is rough, rugged, and ready to create victims. She is the Kingdom Killer.
And there they are, your Green Mountain Derby Dames, everybody. All right, we've got a lot more Late Night Saturday. We'll be right back right after this.
To be a member of our studio audience, visit our website at latenightsaturday.com, click on tickets, or visit the customer service desk at South Burlington's University Mall. And now back to Tim Kavanagh.
All right, thank you, Jamie Polly. All right, I'm surrounded by the beauty of the dames right here. But taken to the Fairpoint Communications stage and here to represent, hot from their new CD, The Return, won't you please welcome hip-hop rap soul artist, VT Union.
Woo. Hey, how y'all feeling out there?
Hey, it feels good.
And you know it's all good, cause this that hit that's coming from the woods. We all up in your hood, spitting lovely like we could. Cause this that brother that'll get up in your goods. And I'm VT smashing it, cause from the V to the B we so passionate. And ain't a thing changed. We still up in the sticks. We still spitting game like you 40 in the bay. But we from a different state. If these haters wanna hate, let them hate. We got money to make. Yeah, like a banker at the bank, we make moves on these fools. Rolling on them like a tank. What you think? We just some suckers that can rap? Nah, we the brothers put BT on the map. And it feels so right, like a cool summer day with a warm summer night, right?
Feeling like the time is now, y'all gon' see what we do. Haters try and flip they frowns when they see what we do. Yeah, I know we shining, man.
Hey!
The mother haters gon' complain.
Hey!
They say they like the vibe we play, and they say that it feels good. Yeah, it's from the hood to the woods, y'all know how VT doing it.
We doing it good.
Y'all see the team
Kicking it.
Neighbors be
Kicking it.
Nasty kicking
Yeah.
it. Yeah, whistle kicking
Kicking
it.
it.
You ain't kicking it. Nah, you ain't getting with
Us.
You ain't getting with
Us.
We be the
Them boys
getting their job done. I try to do my thing
Till they be great, Robin.
Look right here.
Look.
We solving y'all problems. We trying to get rich so my people don't fall off. But how y'all gonna fall off when y'all be from Vermont? What they want hate, cause we be from Vermont.
And you're not?
I'm a Green Mountain man, and I be coming with this Green Mountain plan. Yeah, we get messed up, but that's just what's up. The union in this, we get drunk. Whoa. I'm feeling like the time is now. Y'all gon' see what we do. Haters try and flip they frowns when they see what we do. Yeah, I know we shining, man.
Hey!
The mother haters gon' complain.
Hey!
They say they like the vibe we play, and they say that it
I'll
feels
be the man from the
good.
city in the land of the hippies. Got a plan, so get with me. Overstand if they hit me.
Come on.
Put together a union. This world of confusion.
Feel good, revolution 802, what it do?
The pedal to the metal, from the ghetto to the metal. Every level, I'm a rebel.
Hot like steam from the kettle.
Here's an example. It's heavy like anvils. The
You take the top spot, you haters is canceled.
They say nasty ain't got no brain. I'm not insane. Can stop the pain.
Come on.
A toast to the good life.
Let's drink the whole bottle.
Babylon topples.
So who's your role model?
I pour a little liquor for my fallen soldiers.
Come on.
Pour a little liquor for my
Dogs crossing over.
Come on. Pour a little liquor for my fallen soldiers.
Come on.
Make them feel good for my dogs crossing over.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I'm feeling like the time is now. Y'all gon' see what we do. Haters try and flip they frowns when they see what we do. Yeah, I know we shining, man.
Hey!
The mother haters gon'
Hey!
They say they like the vibe we play, and they say that it feels good.
Get it, dog.
It feels good. It feels good. It feels good. It feels good. Oh yeah.
Make some noise.
Okay.
Experience the taste and hospitality of Vermont's Little Italy at Junior's Italian in Colchester. From fine dining to pizza and all of your bakery or catering needs, Junior's Italian, when only Italian will do.
All right, thank you very much. Welcome back to the show. I'm here with Nasty from VT Union. Nasty, thanks so much for being here. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Nice sound. You guys are all over Burlington all the time doing all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, that's right. We're in Red Square from Thursday and Friday and Saturday. And then every Tuesday at the Monkey House, Dakota's Hope and Oats and Mike. So we got our new album out, the V2 Union Return. It's in stores around town. You can get it online at cdbaby.com/VT Union.
And who else we got? Dakota, who else we got over here?
This is Manus right here.
Manus, and the world famous DJ A-Dog.
Yeah.
Hey, Dog.
Yeah.
He has got some fans in the house. Well, we're gonna let you guys sing us out to break. You guys good with that?
Yeah, that sounds great.
All right, and what's the website?
The website is vtunion.com.
vtunion.com. All right, thanks for joining us tonight, and thanks to the Burlington High School Girls Division I soccer champs, the Green Mountain Derby Dames, and VT Union. Come back next week when we welcome Steve Taubman and the winner of First Night Burlington's Teen Talent Search, Garrett Brown. Remember to support local artists just like the folks you've seen here tonight. We'll see you next time on Late Night Saturday.
Raise your cup, that's what's up. Where you from? Raise it up. Where you from? Raise it up. Where you from? Raise it
Put
up.
your hands on it.
What?
Put your hands on it.
What?
If you see something you want, then put your hands on it.
Yeah.
Put your hands on it.
What?
Put your hands on it.
What?
If you see something you want, then put put your hands on it.
Yeah,
Hey.
raise your cup, that's what's up. Where you from? Raise it up. Where you from? Raise it up. Where you from? Raise it up.
Stack that paper to the sky. Make them haters wonder why. We don't die, we multiply. Like a roller coaster ride. Up and down, side to side. There ain't no such thing as try. Do your dance,
Make it fly.
get that dough.
Hit that fire.
I'll make it pop in the alley.
Call me Top
The
Cat.
union making movements.
No way you can stop
Put
that.
your hands on what you want. Get ready.